This was very, 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 very stinky. And give you a quick debrief so you don't have to smell it itself is Ian. So go ahead and take it away.
Yes, that's a very appropriate way to begin this game recap because we were subjected to another awful showing. And I'm sure you guys all know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about forehead and haircut. My God, does baby KK love overstating a routine play and forehead just too dense to do anything else but laugh at his lame ass jokes. But I digress. The Bills came out and had a solid game plan to run the ball and executed it to perfection. They did their damage in the first half by racking up over 18 minutes of possession and scoring 21 points. But it wasn't easy for them. In fact, defensive penalties gave the Bills life on all three drives. However, the Bills deserve credit for taking advantage. In contrast, the Cowboys failed to exploit their opportunities on both sides of the ball. It began when Dak missed Cooks deep on their opening possession. Then down 7-0, Sam Williams somehow whiffed a block punt. And the final miss came when McCarthy failed to challenge a turnover late in the first half, down 14-3. Trailing 21-3, the Cowboys' only hope lay in the theoretical double up, a feat they haven't accomplished all season, and scored touchdowns just before and right after the half. When both attempts to score failed, punctuated spectacularly with the Cowboys failing to convert a 3rd and 1, and Buffalo showing no signs of self-immolation. The game was over with just under 26 minutes left to play. The final, Bills 31, Cowboys 10. We could probably get everyone's first thought after the game. My first thought is this defense cannot be the front runner for this team at all. I just, I mean, we could say there's a lot of injuries that's happening with this team and why they're not up to the par that they are, but they just can't stop the bleeding if they're asked to do so, if the offense is struggling. And I think it's about time that the head coach realizes that and pulls out all the stops to, get them off the field or, I don't know, take advantages and take some risks, whether it be challenging that potential turnover or, going for it instead of kicking that field goal down 14-0.
Yeah. Dude, the way our defense got gashed in the run game was atrocious. I know some people would point to the Hankins injury, but dude, a lot of those runs were off the edges. I saw a ton to the left, and then on the rewatch, a ton to the right as well. There were a few, sure, up the middle, but the majority was off the edges. Curse, at one point, he's the free run. He's free. It's just him and James Cook, and he's like, I don't want to tackle. I'll do a bad angle here. It was real rough. I know we can, like you're saying, Ian, go to the challenge of like when Marquise Bell pops the ball out there on Stephon Diggs and Donovan Wilson recovers. But and of course, I agree, we probably should challenge that. But in real time, it didn't seem like a fumble, so I can't attack. Was that on our sideline? I don't know if someone on our sideline is on the Buffalo side. They rushed up. I think when they rush up, that's a good sign. You should do something. But I don't want to say that's the whole thing. You lose Zach Martin on your third drive. So offensively, you miss a big piece. They were blitzing the hell out of you. It was just real rough all around, man.
That was so stinky enough that I was like, you know what? I'll actually try and access that all 22 and actually take a look to see, because to your point earlier, Rudy, about specifically, and we'll start with the defense, but specifically with the defense where everyone wants to point to, they got bullied or Hankins was missing in the middle. No. I kind of wanted to be a fly on the wall in the room with the install of the game plan this week, because my main takeaway was, had they not watched any film on James Cook all year? Because the way that they were playing him, it was almost like they're like, oh, I didn't know he was this fast. Granted, I ain't gonna say like James Cook is an all-pro or nothing. Like he a solid running back, and I mean, I'm gonna be honest myself, I don't really expect the Bills to really stay consistent with running the ball. But the fact that they kept running it, you go back and look at it, and my goodness, the undiscipline from your linebackers, the undisciplined from your safeties, and the undisciplined from your edges and your defensive tackles at times. It wasn't a matter of getting pushed around. It was a matter of, oh, do I need to fill this gap? Oh, crap, I'm a little late on filling that. Oh, let me, to your point, Rudy, with Curse, there was a number of safeties, not just named Curse, that would, for whatever reason, the DN would rush inside or whatever, and not fill his gap and not set the edge. So, hey, safety, you need to be the backup to set the edge for the lack of edge that the defensive end just set. Guess what they did? They're peeking inside thinking, oh, well, James Cook he's going to take it into that hole. So what does he do? He bounces it out, and now you're just like, oh, crap, I'm not fast enough to chase him down and reset that edge. There's too many times of that where people not filling their gaps and not maintaining that integrity. And it wasn't even a matter of physicality. It wasn't even a matter of, getting off of blocks. If you're just going to give him these free lanes where all he has to do is just look and make a decision off his jump cuts, that's going to happen every single time.
Yeah, it's exiting the game, physicality, toughness, all those cliches we're throwing around, but I think Justin's absolutely right. There was 12 missed tackles on the day. Dan Quinn actually attributed the missed tackles to over-aggression, maybe overrunning the play and not, being too excited, kind of how Justin's alluding to on, reading the running back. Now, either fortunately or unfortunately, we're going against Miami this upcoming week, and I don't want to get ahead of this upcoming week, but they are number 4 rushing offense, and they, I believe, are really talented at running to the outsides. So, like I said, this is a good chance to get right and address the mistakes you made in this Buffalo game. But let's go back to the Buffalo game and quickly talk about how people are relating this game as like an ass whooping, kind of similar to that of Arizona and San Fran. And I just got to totally disagree with that, because there were several big plays that were there that could have been made, should have been made to absolutely flip the game, and they just weren't made. And I don't think there was hardly any of those moments that you saw that were there weren't there in Arizona and San Fran.
I'll say this too, real quick, Rudy.
No worries.
I will say this too. I would say they did an excellent job actually covering in coverage against Buffalo. So it was almost like they didn't expect them to run the ball with their game plan, quite honestly. But go ahead, Rudy.
Well, now I got a few tangents to go off of, I guess. One, we had Dalton Kincaid drop the ball at every opportunity he possibly could, save for the Stephon Diggs catch at the end of the game. No one on Buffalo wanted to catch the ball anyway. And dude, I've already forgot Ian's point. Ian, remind me.
I said there was, unlike San Fran and Arizona games, there were big plays that the Cowboys made. There were opportunities that they didn't take advantage of, and the Bills did. That was kind of my point.
And you mentioned that you didn't feel like it was a beatdown, but I kind of disagree. So look, I do get what you're saying, because that first drive is extended on a roughing the passer call where Josh Allen's saying he hit me in the face and he gets hit in the chest. And so that was nonsense. And then I know we got Sam Williams extending a drive later. That's nonsense. We've got the fumble that wasn't called a fumble, and then Javon Curse gets that's the defensive end.
That's it. That's the same. That's the same drive.
Yeah, it's the same drive.
But okay, so all of this adds up to what led to Buffalo scoring. But everything outside of that, they ran at will, man. Go ahead, Jess. I see your hand.
So I want to give you obviously the defense couldn't get off the field by their own volition, whether it be stupid run fits or penalties after they did actually make a stop. But on offense, and you're gonna see it this week with Vic Fangio, bro. If they're gonna run this stupid shell look that everyone has been running around the league, this is one I don't be killing McCarthy, but I gotta kill him this week, bro. If Tony Pollard is if y'all gonna pay Tony Pollard and bring him back, you gotta use him. And I ain't trying to cuss, but like you gotta use him for times like these. That man had too much success for him to only get what? Did he get like 10 carries? And I don't want to hear the excuse. Yeah, I don't want to hear the excuse. Oh, the game was out of reach or this, that, and the other. The game was still within reach, even in the third quarter. So I'm gonna read you how these drives ended in the first quarter or in the first half at least. Possession number 1, or at least the first 3, because they hardly had the ball. Possession number 1, you're driving the ball, you get a holding penalty on Tyler Smith that pushes you back. You have to end up punting, even though you were at least in field goal range to begin with. Plus, top on that, you missed the touchdown on the very first play with Brandon Cooks. Possession number 2, you throw two straight passes that are incomplete, putting you in third down, you take a sack. Possession number 3, that's when they get the field goal. You finally figure it out, you finally settle in, you'll be like, oh, I know how to move the ball against this. And credit to Buffalo on this case. There was a 2nd and 1, I think, inside the 10 or whatever, and they disguised the run blitz perfectly. Taylor Rapp Poyer tells Taylor Rapp to rotate and blitz right when Dak is snapping the ball, and he's able to get the hit. I think Dowdle in the backfield or whatever, or Pollard, and then 3rd and 4, the pass gets tipped, but it would have been a first down had it not get tipped to Jake Ferguson, and basically that was your game after that. But I say all this to say that McCarthy has got to run the ball better. He's got to run the ball more. He's got to stick with the run. If they're going to give you these looks, you can't throw the ball on 1st and 2nd down. And I get it. We want to be pass happy. The new identity is passing the ball. But you can't if they're going to just sit in that shell all game, you cannot start possessions 2nd and 10 and then wind up in 3rd and 8 or longer on 3rd down. These need to be 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4 minimum. You need to be grinding out these yards, methodically moving this ball down the field, because all you're doing is playing into their hand by refusing to run the ball on 1st and 2nd down against those type of looks.
Yeah, and look, I will say that Zach Martin was out even before the
But Rudy,
no, I'm not.
They're still running the ball. They're still running the ball very well.
No, I'm not giving him an excuse. I'm just saying that the way that Buffalo was blitzing destroyed us.
It wasn't even blitzing. They weren't even blitzing.
They blitzed a good amount every time we dropped back.
Rudy, the reason why it worked for him is you're in these 3rd and long situations, and all they gotta do is drop 8. All they gotta do is drop 7. And they're just gonna cloud if you gotta go 10 yards or 8 yards at minimum, you could cloud the whole options to work with. Shoot, I'll bring up another example of how a drive ended because of stupidity. That 3rd and 1 where McCarthy decided to pass instead of running it. You might have gotten in Buffalo. You might have gotten in the red zone had Jake Ferguson, Luke Schoonmaker, and Terrence Steele not screwed up a mass protection. They got all 3 players on that side, and they only rushed 4. And guess what? All 3 players, at least 2 of the players, Terrence Steele and Schoonmaker, whiff on I think Greg Rousseau, and Greg Rousseau gets a sack. So yeah, it's not a matter of blitzing.
No. Well, allow me this, because I'm not totally disagreeing with you, but you'll see my point in a second. Because like the drive where we get the field goal in the first half, we ran the ball down their throat. We did. Like the protection, our run blocking was solid. So I'm not disagreeing with you there. But dude, there were a few times where it was an obvious passing down where Dak had a half second to do something. So it didn't have to be that they were doing it the entire game. It's that when they knew we were passing, they were in our backfield immediately.
And well, that's a product of holding on to the ball because there ain't nobody open because 7 players are in the secondary.
And we can go to McCarthy for the play calling. When you know that the secondary plays deep, go ahead and run something different. But I wouldn't totally disagree. Well,
it's called setting yourself up for success on 3rd down when you know this is what they're going to do.
Well, and okay, fine. But I'm saying that, and you said it just a second ago, the run game was working, and we went away from it. And every time we went to the pass game, whether you want to say it was schemes or blocking or XY or the blitzing, it was a negative. It was trash for us.
Yeah, well, just to summarize, I think just like the defense has a point to prove, and will have a good chance to prove it against a top running offense. Mike McCarthy will also have a chance to prove it against Vic Fangio, who stopped Dak, like Justin already said, stopped Dak. I don't know what was it, a year ago, 2 years ago.
And that was the Denver thing when this all started.
Yes,
2021. So
exactly.
I'm telling you that you're gonna see it again on Sunday. And how about you run the ball on first and second? I don't care. I don't care if you get 2 yards. You can get 2 yards on first and second down. That's gonna make it what, 3rd and 6? I can live with 3rd and 6. That gives you a lot of options to work with 3rd and 6. But 3rd and 8 and longer, bro, it's just playing into your opponent's hand, and I can't have that.
Well, don't you get a 3rd and 8 if you run for 2 yards, like you said you're fine with, and then they throw an incomplete pass,
No.
which we tend to do?
That's what I said. I need a focus and emphasis on running the football if they're going to sit in those looks all game long.
Oh, and okay, I got to mention it before we move on, but while we're on the running backs, Rico Dowdle trying to get Dak killed. We saw identical plays essentially. First drive, we got Dak Prescott rolling out to the right. TP makes a block. We get like 13, 14 yards. Yes, and Dak gets hit on the slide, and Zach Martin stands up for him, and we got offside and penalties. 2 drives later, we got Dak Prescott rolling out to the right, and we got Rico Dowdle there. And I know he sees the safety. I know he does. And he goes, I'm going to run the route. Dak is already out he's running the ball clearly. Block for your guy. He is mashed in the head, and Dak's a tank. He survives it, but we don't need that. We don't need extra hits on the QB to the damn head. So, man, Jesus Christ, just a disaster right there. All right, now it's time to go around the NFL. We're going to start off with the first game we have this week, Thursday Night Football. The Raiders, shout out my boy Joe, went ahead and whipped some ass on the Chargers. Now, there was a firing as a result of the game. Justin, do you want to inform the audience of that if they, for some reason, haven't heard?
Oh, bro, ain't nobody – everybody knew that.
All right.
That man was dead man walking for weeks now. I'm just surprised. No, I'm not surprised. You get embarrassed like that. That man should have been fired, should have been left on the tarmac in Vegas, or was it still in Oakland at the time when he did that cowardly tie?
It should have been Vegas, I believe. But I was about to say, he's dead man walking for 2 years.
That man returned to the scene of the crime and got smoked for doubling back. So that's even worse. This is almost even worse performance, getting blown out, giving up, 70 points? Yuck.
60.
But, yeah, whatever, bro. I can't even appreciate that because they cut my boy Marcus Peters over in Las Vegas. So,
man,
got cornerbacks with number 18 and got.
Oh, well, that's the rule you love. You love the number rule.
No,
you were an advocate of it. You like the kicker in New York, or was it Tennessee, to have number 60 or whatever?
Why on earth would it? Shut up, Rudy.
You're a big fan of that.
Lie. That's a damn lie. But
it's honestly,
he's right.
When you ask for single digits to be taken by every member of the roster, we are headed for
what's
a
that got to do with
a
number 18?
I'm telling you, if you'll allow me to finish.
No.
Every skill position will take the good, sexy numbers like 9 or 7 or 3, and then you're left with kickers wearing 90. That's what you asked for.
I don't care about no damn kicker.
I can't watch an extra point.
They can go without a number for all I care. But
that's really unstable.
The fact of the matter is,
you just don't care about numbers at all.
Yeah, I can't have a pick 6 happen and I look up and it's a number 18 taking it to
That's what you wanted, my man.
Jumping around.
Giants kicker with the number 46.
I can't have it. That was the only takeaway from that game, other than Staley finally gone. And
the only takeaway was a number 18 defensive back.
And analytics folks can finally shut up because their hero.
Oh, thank you.
He'll be back. Don't you guys worry. He'll be back.
No. He better not. He
that
gotta
nerd
go,
better.
He better go take a internship with Nick Saban for all I care.
Brandon Staley can, if he likes numbers so much, go be a math professor. I don't want to see you in football, nerd.
He finna be the Cowboys' new DC.
Oh, yeah.
You stop it.
And I will be welcoming the most cartoonish eyebrow combo that the NFL has ever seen.
I'm not going to entertain that cartoonish idea, that Looney Tunes thought of Brandon Staley, Dallas Cowboys, DC. Let's go ahead and move on to a game that mattered, at least for the Cowboys potentially. Eagles go ahead and lose to Seattle. Folks,
speaking of cartoon characters, that man Drew Lock gets to run a promo, even though that man was awful the whole game.
He was terrible. Like, they had 3 points coming out of the first half, but they clutched it.
Mizzou Mafia gets to celebrate since they have
your alma mater.
Not even.
No, man.
You were talking about cartoon characters. I thought you were going to talk about old Sneaky Pete out the back door. Sneaky Pete
with the backwards cap.
He gets the people hype.
But speaking of Drew Lock, bro, it was kind of funny when he had his game-winning drive and he celebrated on the sideline. Then that man turns around and sees DK. Shit. But yeah, let's not bury the lead. The Seattle's defense, boy. I mean, them combo with Hurst just being stinky down the stretch.
Bro, you see AJ Brown's tweet?
Oh, inform us.
AJ Brown, he a fan favorite for me just because he be telling it how it is. That man was basically come to the defense of Hurts, but he's like basically telling Philly fans bro, y'all need to shut up because hold on. Y'all need to shut up, like acting like I'm the man in the football. That man here. Let me just go ahead and ban. Let me pull this up. Okay. Let me pull this up right here.
Let me just quickly do a little. Talk about monotone and what's it called, vocal fry. Since the Cowboys are playing Miami Dolphins head coach who has the worst vocal fry, that boy Jalen Hurts also got some of the worst vocal fry in his post game interview. Oof, that was annoying.
Give us an impression.
I ain't got one, but let's go talk about AJ Brown. Justin, I don't know how he's your favorite when that man be sneaking and trying to like, I don't know. He always been doing too much after the play.
But Justin said he loves that earlier. He mentioned he loves a receiver do that.
Bro.
Yes,
that's why he's my favorite, bro. The antics. I can't have this kind of my I can't.
But it's not even impressive antics. It's not even impressive antics, bro. It's all right if he's talking to me, that's cool. But
he be doing too much. But like, ain't nothing wrong with that at times.
Even though there's plenty wrong with it. But I digress.
Well, I mean, okay, so I'm looking at the tweets right now, and I don't think he's wrong with anything he's saying. He's talking about how he's a decoy on some plays. He's talking about like not everything is designed for him, but he does make plays, so that's why he gets hit a ton. There's nothing wrong with that statement at all. That's normal. That's regular football stuff, and he's just telling fans kind of chill out a little bit, but is that the right medium? I ain't that guy to tell you. But he didn't say anything that
only because
was
he went at that Philly super fan. That's what it was at. That's who he was quote tweeting. So I'm in favor of that.
I
friendly fire.
Philly fans.
Propaganda on here.
Well, we're insulting the fans of Philly, but I get what you're saying. I get it. But we can move on. To a team. What team did I want to move on to? Great question, Rudy.
Well, hold on, Rudy. Let me get this off real quick.
Please do.
It's a damn shame, and Ian's already heard this rant, but it's a damn shame, bro, what the NFL is doing these days. I don't know if you or everyone watching right now saw one of those stinky Saturday games with the Steelers and the Colts. But Roger Goodell in the league office decided to take a kid's Christmas because Gardner Minshew don't know how to throw a pass. What they did to Devontae KZ is disgusting. And I don't want to hear...
I don't know. What he did to that wide receiver was pretty disgusting.
That's Minshew's fault, bro. This is why I'm a full advocate of OSHA training, bro. These wide receivers and these quarterbacks... They've gone too far, bro. They don't know how to protect themselves these days. too dependent on the rules, and they need to actually learn how to actually protect themselves and their teammates. Because if I'm Alec Pierce and I'm Michael Pittman, I'm not playing another down with Gardner Minshew with the way that man was trying to get them killed on Saturday.
Okay, so there are a few tangents there. And it's funny, too, because, like you're saying, they need some training to avoid that. And it almost feels like the NFL's gone to the opposite direction where it's like, no, put them in a bad situation. If they get hit, we get 15 yards. Who cares if we kill the guy? And what I was really hoping for, because you mentioned taking away someone's Christmas, I just looked it up, but I was hoping Michael Pittman had some kids because you were like, oh, they took away this kid's Christmas.
No,
the way Michael Pittman got hit, if he did have kids, their Christmas would have been taken too. We'd be in the hospital.
We'll talk to Gardner. That man had no business.
But and look, it was bad. It was bad. Ain't no one protecting him here. But I'm telling you,
if Gardner hits him between the two ones, bro, KZ breaks his ribs, and then y'all gonna be hemming and hawing about that. So
no one's.
And I'm not fighting. No. Ian, no, Justin's right. I mean, dude, the NFL is talking about taking away another tackle with a new rule coming in. I'm not fighting you on that, but I'm telling you that they're almost so protected that it's led to this where it's okay for a quarterback to put your receiver in danger because you're going to get 15 yards if they get hit.
Bro, this is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. First of all, there's hardly 32 NFL quarterbacks in the league, so I don't even know how you expect anybody to, let alone Gardner Minshew, to make these passes and not make mistakes. Because
he gonna have to eat.
We got way too many backups in the game.
Either throw the ball away or take.
Bro, you're asking too much.
Some of the backups are experienced. They live in an NFL where you don't get away with that. So no, they actually might be more intelligent when it comes to that. Ask Joe Flacco about that.
Bro, you
ain't watching his games to be saying that. And also, this is the worst.
I saw them win. I saw them win.
Yeah, you saw defensive possessions, but this is the silliest.
No, why would I look that up?
Well, first of all, I don't even know how you catch your Browns games, but this is the silliest.
Fox had him.
Hill to die on a KZ. First of all, that dude locked eyes with Pittman midair and said, "You know what? Let me kill this man." And then he went.
Oh, that's a lie,
bro!
It was a missile. It was a missile.
You like the league office.
Oh yeah. First of all, he was backpedaling, and then he saw that man midair and said, "All right, let me launch forward."
That was the NFL I grew up on. That was the NFL I grew up on. Now, look, I saw that play, and it was undisputed to me, but it was acceptable then.
Bro, you acted like Austin Collie going to the hospital back-to-back games.
That's Peyton Manning. Bro, Ian,
I've never cared for Austin Collie.
You're making me adopt the TB12 method, bro. You making me adopt the criteria of Tom Brady. He be holding those quarterbacks responsible.
Ian's acting like we're revisionist Tom Brady talking about quarterbacks don't know. You have two people trying to attack you right now. You act like we're revisionist Tom Brady talking about, you got to protect your receivers while actively killing every receiver he ever had.
He only killed Gronk, but that's nonetheless.
Deion Branch took some shots.
Yeah, bro. Wes Welker and Gronk's ribs.
Wes Welker had to get a larger size helmet just to try and care for himself.
That was when he was playing with Peyton Manning, bro. But
from Tom injuries.
Nah, bro. Peyton Manning, the biggest culprit of that. But nonetheless,
his forehead alone needed an extra.
You should be ashamed following the rules of the league office, bro. Watching a video in slow motion and then making a determination about intent. As if
it wasn't in slow motion; it was live.
As if KZ had time to evaluate Michael Pittman going full extension after he already. Broke on the ball.
Because no player tackles like this, bro. No player tackles like this, Justin.
He was
tackle. If he was normally his shoulder,
he was leaning his shoulder into the ribs, bro. He was gonna break those ribs.
As much as okay, look. I will say
we can talk about the curse hit. We can talk about the curse hit. We can talk about KZ's hit on I don't know, one of the Patriot plays a week before, bro. There's plenty of other options.
Allow me this.
This is not
Allow
one.
me this. Okay, don't get me wrong. Do I think, in the way we... look, okay. That man dove for injury. He did. Now, do I think he should be suspended for a full season? Yeah. Full season suspension, which is, it's only 3 games left. But I think that's too much. I think you take 2 checks away from him, fine. but he was
I was fine
he was
with them just
aiming to
kicking him out of the
hurt.
game.
And
Kick him out of the
it's a
game,
sport,
man.
or kick him out. Fine, kick him out one game, suspend him another one, call that a day. But and so I don't think it deserves all the hoopla that it's received. But that man was trying to hurt. He wasn't here for the attack.
That's football, bro.
But I'm telling you, just said you. But you last week.
Rudy. His intent.
Okay,
his intent probably wasn't to send him into the blue tent for a concussion. His intent was probably to send him to the X-ray room with his ribs. But
that's fine,
and that's perfectly fine in my opinion, because Minshew can't be throwing that ball and setting him up for that, bro.
2 points. One that you agreed with last week. The rule is the rule when it came to Kadarius Toney. The rule is the rule, so quit complaining. And so we go now to DeMonte KZ. The rule is the rule, so you can't complain.
You don't have to suspend him. You could throw him.
You have to suspend him for 3 games, but you do got to at least do one. I do understand that.
No.
You saw that dive, and I actually do think he can adjust in the time that Michael Pittman did dive.
He was backpedaling. Like, this is the most ridiculous stance I've ever heard. Not you, Rudy. But the man was backpedaling, and then he said,
That's
"Oh shit,
that's a lie, bro."
And then he's like, "All right." Man, looking like Bugs Bunny getting a running start.
And then point number two. Hold on, Justin. Allow me this. The last point, we just talked about the NFL is trying to get rid of a specific tackle to avoid injury. Their reaction to this injury is exactly in line with who they are. You can't be too surprised there.
Well, how do we kill just like 10 minutes talking about a 30-13 ass whooping? What awful.
I'm tired of the lie of player safety when I see defensive linemen tear their ACLs trying to adjust to not land on the quarterback. They only care
hypocritical.
I never hear you made this big of a stink about that though.
But it's consistent. It's consistent hypocrisy.
And then definite suspension for that. Because of a recklessness by Minshew. I can't have it. KZ's kids deserve Christmas, and Roger Goodell took it away from him.
Well, if he invested in a smart 401k plan, they will still will have one.
All right. And we can go ahead and move on to the next game. The next one that I think we want to talk about, let me know if I'm wrong. I know y'all are big Raven fans. Y'all want to talk about Action Jackson and the team taking care of business against a division leader, Jacksonville?
Well, I just want to give a shout out to the Ravens, but also Jacksonville Jaguar fans. You guys be complaining about why you're not on prime time. This is why you ain't on prime time. You finally get a Sunday night slot, and you guys don't show up at all. And was this game at home for y'all too?
It was at home,
and they might lose the division.
Quit your crying.
I brought the game up, but now I'm realizing there ain't too much to touch on. We could touch on Keaton Mitchell, unfortunately done. But
what else? It was the typical.
There ain't too much to
talk
about there,
bro.
There ain't too much to talk about.
But I will say this: the AFC playoff picture is absolutely horrendous. All this talk about Buffalo, and granted, I know they won. I know they won big on the Cowboys, but them fools ain't making the playoffs.
They have to win out, correct?
I think they need some help because they
need Miami to lose one.
They don't have the tiebreaker with Jacksonville. I don't think they have the tiebreaker with Cincinnati. So good luck. And Cincinnati keeps finding ways to win games, especially when
I believe a certain Rudy Gay buried them.
Well, okay, let's be honest.
On the right side.
The Nick Mullins Vikings damn near took him out. If T. Higgins doesn't make the play of the season, which we can talk about as well, T. Higgins, my God, catch the ball. Watch me on camera. Woo! This man is elite. And by the way, they just lost Jamar Chase, so it will be the T. Higgins show next week as well. And I don't think they can afford a loss as much as the Bills can. So, I mean, it's the same situation. Bro, I believe if the Dolphins lose one game in their next 3 and the Bills win out, which they can, man, they're in the playoffs. They win their division.
Buffalo?
Well, yeah, because they play Miami, don't they? So technically, they would beat them
Oh
twice.
yeah, okay, but I'm not gonna. Y'all be putting too much stock in Buffalo. Didn't they get their
Are
ass
you
whooped
putting
by?
stock into Miami?
Well, I'm not gonna put
Let
into
me
a
get
team.
back to you after this week.
Didn't they get ass? Didn't they get their ass whooped by the Patriots?
When?
Man, and they
Didn't
played
we
them,
get our
What are you
ass
talking about?
whipped by Arizona?
the Bills. So
Didn't
I
we
mean,
get our
they
ass
stunk
whipped
it
by
up.
Arizona? Look, we as much of an
Rudy,
excuse you want to give Dallas for things.
Cowboys already clinched the playoff spot. Buffalo needs some help, bro, and they
And look, they started awful. I'm not here to defend, but I'm telling you, the way they've played the last few weeks, what makes you say they can't win now? And the way you've
because
seen
they're
Miami and destroyed Miami, what
I've
makes
seen
you
them
say
play-
they can't lose a game?
because I've seen
Nah,
them
Buffalo
play
be
against-
hoodwinking everybody lately, bro.
Yeah, bro.
They ass
The most-
all season, and they're like, bro, look at this effort we're making. I mean, this is
No.
some fine. No, hang on. You already had your say. This is some fine Buffalo propaganda type shit, bro. Acting like they some dogs for coming back, bro. You had the expectations going into the
Guy.
season, so you just
I'm
be
not
happy that
here
you guys
for-
living up to expectations.
and they need some damn help too. So like
They do need help. I'm not going to pretend that they control their destiny. If they control their destiny,
Rudy,
we're not talking about them right
I
now.
saw people put them in power rankings in the top 5. That's horrendous, bro. They're not even in the playoffs.
Look, man,
They're
whatever the
still
media
in-
says
I
on
said they're Super Bowl
expectations,
favorites. I heard that.
They're still in the damn hunt graphic, bro. Get their ass in the fucking 7th seed before y'all start putting them as a dark horse, bro.
Dog,
Like,
I'm gonna be honest
I'm not
with
here
you.
to talk about in the hunt teams, bro. Like talking about they're gonna do something in the postseason. They need help, bro. Come on, bro.
Teams that need help win shit all the time. Look, I'm not telling you that this is the favorite. I'm telling you that I will tell you this. If they do make the playoffs, they're the most. I know the Ravens are solid. Outside of the Ravens,
Bro.
you're taking the Chiefs over Buffalo.
Rudy, I hope
Yes.
you don't.
Who are you?
I hope
No,
don't put the-
you're not.
Yes, bro.
You are.
Yes,
You are.
I hope you don't put the mortgage on Buffalo, bro. The way them boys be catting all year, you think they're gonna string together 4 games, 4 straight games?
Why can't they? Their schedule is who? Give me 3
No,
seconds
I'm
and I'll
talking
pull it
about
up.
once we come playoff time, if they make it in the playoffs. You think they're gonna string together 4 games?
Dude, their last few games have been fantastic. Even when they were in Philly, and granted, it's Philly, but
And
they were
guess
on
what?
the road
they
and
found
played
a way
out.
to lose.
And so did
That's
we.
what they do.
What's your
bro.
mortgage on the Cowboys?
That's what Buffalo does. We ain't talking about no damn Cowboys. It's a playoff team. They've already clinched. Buffalo ain't even in the graphic
Just because a
yet.
team has clinched doesn't mean they're genuinely deserving
I'm not
of
gonna,
everything.
I'm not gonna him and haw about. I like their chances. If they make the playoffs. We're at a point in the season where you should be. You're in the playoffs, but these jokers are
your
in the
thought
hunt
process, your thought process can't be Cowboys are good. We're in the playoffs, and we just got the shit beat out of us by this team. Oh, but then when you talk about that team, they're garbage.
'Cause
It
they're
doesn't
not
make
in the
sense.
playoffs,
Are you
bro.
garbage if you lose to that team?
They're not in the playoffs. They're not going to make the playoffs. So
all right,
what,
all right.
what does it matter?
All right.
It's a mute point because them boys ain't making the
It
playoffs.
might not be. It might not be. That's the thing. It
Bro,
might not be.
I bet you they screw around and lose to New England again. I bet you they do. Don't let them lose to the Chargers. Don't let them lose to the
Then
Chargers.
when that
this
week comes around, I
I
need you to pick New England. If you
swear-
do anything on the pick'ems other than that, you're fraudulent.
I
You're
swear,
fake.
don't let
You're
them
not
lose
a
to the
man of
damn
your word.
Chargers. Don't let them
Oh, it
lose to the
depends
damn
on the spread,
Chargers.
to be honest.
Well, he said they're
guess-
going to win, so
Oh,
it's
yeah,
just
never
free
mind.
points
Yeah, you're
with
right.
New
You're
England.
right. Yeah.
I'll do it, bro. They'll beat them again.
All right, I'm writing it
Like,
down right now.
Mark the date.
That's a next week thing, but like
But
beat
it's
them
written
again,
down right
like-
now, Justin.
And them boys ain't making the
New
playoffs.
England
So
beats Buffalo. Okay.
Well, I think these last 15 minutes has covered more AFC talk than our entire season.
because the NFC playoff picture's stupid, bro. It's the what do I care about?
Hey, I'm just saying.
What do I care
I'm
about?
just saying.
What do I care about the Pat getting killed by Baker, bro? Like, what? Come on.
That was a sad sight to see.
right.
But AA Whoop showed up, so.
All right. Now it's time for everyone's favorite segment, the Pick'ems. Ian, why don't you tell us how we did last week?
Well, it was a tie for you two with 8 wins, and your boy finished last with 5. So that brings the total up pretty close now. I'm at 102, Justin, you're at 98, and Rudy, you're at 95.
Oh yeah, baby. I've been touting it. The
Rudy,
comeback.
is that
It's
not
been
the same? Hold on, Ian. Is that not the same deficit he was in last week?
no. I started the season down 30 to Ian. I'm now down 6.
Bro,
I
I
mean, by
swear
Rudy's logic, yes, he is. I mean, correct, but
this shit,
logic is not really
this
in this
imaginary
world. But
deficit be getting larger and larger by the week. But whatever.
Justin is pulling the beanie in front of his eyes. He doesn't want to see the
Rudy,
truth.
I was up 3 last week, and I'm still up 3. You made
You're still
0
second,
ground.
guy. I'm making ground on first place. My concern isn't second.
Well, you
Look.
gotta pass me before you can even worry about him. So,
Well, we'll see if you can keep your pace up because my pace has been steady and growing. And we start with Thursday night football. Thursday night football, we've got the New Orleans Saints traveling to LA to take on the Rams, where the Rams are a +4. Sorry. Misspoke there. The Rams are let me give you the other way. Saints +4. Saints +4. My fault. Saints +4. Who you got?
give me the Rams.
the Rams.
And it's a clean sweep for Hollywood. Moving on. Saturday football. We've got the Cincinnati Bengals traveling to Pittsburgh, take on the Steelers. Pittsburgh are a +2. Who you got?
Go ahead, Ian. Rudolph ain't really moving the needle for me.
Oh, I'm ready.
I
You know
am
what?
taking the Bengals.
Give me the
Tiger
Bengals.
stripes. Oh,
Sweep.
all right. Sweep.
Even though the Bengals are sweet in the AFC North, but Rudolph ain't our moniker and our logo ain't really gonna get it done.
Moving on. We've got. It's funny too because I forgot you were talking about Mason Rudolph, so I thought you were just talking about me. Moving on. We've got for the Saturday night football game the Buffalo Bills, who have been in contention all last segment, traveling to LA to take on the Chargers. Who you got?
Bro, go spend time with your family. Don't watch this game. Please.
Wait, what was the spread?
+12 to LA.
Wow.
No Justin Herbert, by the way. Give me
thank you.
Buffalo.
Last week I did not know that, so thank you, Justin. I will take the Bills.
All right, clean sweep for the team that both of them said aren't making the playoffs.
Did I say they're gonna falter this week? I said next week, but
You said they'll falter a team damn near equal to the Chargers. Moving on. We have the Indianapolis Colts on Sunday. We're moving to Sunday at noon. The Colts are traveling to Atlanta to take on the Falcons, where the spread is currently +1 to the Colts. Who you got?
no way, bro.
Give me the Colts.
The Colts.
And it's a clean sweep for the Horseshoes. Moving on. We've got Go Pack Go traveling to North Carolina to take on the Panthers, where the Panthers are a +5 flat. Who do you got?
You said the Packers?
The Panthers are +5 against the Packers at home.
Yeah, give me the Packers. Hold on. Oh, before we move on from the Panthers, did you see that embarrassment that your boy Tepper had out there, Rudy? That crowd?
Tell me. What
Bro,
happened?
the fact that a kid could be like, my Christmas wish is to play catch with Bijan Robinson, and that wish gets fulfilled because there's such of a lack of attendance, should tell you something. And
Yeah.
that's extremely nasty that the Falcons lost to that. But your boy Tepper, bro, he gonna have to move that franchise here soon if he's not careful.
If he's not careful, he's praying for it. He'll make more money outside of Carolina.
Oh, that city better do something quick before that man runs the franchise even further.
They're gone. Okay, now give me your
Continue.
predictions.
I'm sorry.
You said Pack. I say Pack. Ian, you
I say Pack.
clean sweep for Go Pack Go. Moving on to the game in contention last segment, the Cleveland Browns traveling to Houston to take on the Texans, where the Texans are given 2.5 points. Who you got?
The Browns.
Yeah, give me the Browns.
All right, folks. I've been doing it all season, coming back, chugging along. Watch me do it again as I'm taking the Case Keenum-led, potentially, Texans to cover at home, plus 2.5. Thank you, Texans. And thank you, Ian and Justin, for giving me that one. Moving on.
Speaking of propaganda
We've got-
last segment, this is great propaganda this segment. Man, redefining losing as comebacks every week.
I mean, if you
Go ahead,
lose
go ahead.
everything, they're upset, folks. I can't do anything about it. Moving on. We've got the Seattle Seahawks traveling to 10 IC to take on the Titans. The Titans are given 2.5 points. Who you got?
Wow.
Yuck. Yuck.
Give me the
Give me
Titans.
Seattle.
All right, Ian. Just like last week, Justin and I are dropping you off here. I will take Seattle, and we will gain one on you. Moving on to a battle of both our teams have just given up. We have the Washington Commanders taking on the New York Jets in the Meadowlands. The Commanders are given 3 points here. Who you got?
Give me the Jets, Jets. Wait, hold on. Is Brissett getting the start?
We can look that up, bud.
Because I know old
That's
boy
on the
got
Washington team.
Yeah, old boy got benched.
Yeah.
Sam Howell did, but
There's got to be worse vibes in Washington than there are in New York. Give me the Jets.
it looks like
hasn't been-
Sam Howell is getting the start. So give me the Jets.
Yeah, Rivera will stick with Howell as Commanders QB despite Okay, I will
Bengals
take
lost.
the Jets win that one. We're still at noon on Sunday where we've got a divisional matchup here. We've got the Lions traveling to Minnesota to take on the Vikings, where the Vikings are given 3 points flat.
Oh.
Who you got?
Really? Wow. They must not believe in the Lions.
I got to
Give
see
me
this, but give me the Lions.
Detroit.
I want to make a game up so bad that I damn near pick Nick Mullins here. But I'm not that stupid. Jared Goff. Give me the Lions. Gross. Moving on to 3 o'clock, where we've got a battle of the unserious versus the sometimes we look good, sometimes we're the worst team in the league. Jacksonville is taking on the Buccaneers. And it's in Tampa Bay. And we have it, oh boy, it is all over the place. According to Vegas, though, this is a pick'em.
Yeah, give me Tampa Bay. Lawrence in the protocol.
Yep. Give me Tampa Bay to win the Battle of Florida.
They won't let me make up ground, America. This is gross. Tampa Bay. Moving on to 325. The Dallas Cowboys take on the Miami Dolphins. The spread is currently 1.5 to the Cowboys. Who you got?
What game is this? I'm sorry.
Wow. The Dallas Cowboys are taking home the Miami Dolphins
Okay,
in Miami.
I thought you did, and I thought you said that game. I just wanted to make sure. Give me the Cowboys.
Rudy, go ahead.
The Dolphins.
Give me the Cowboys.
Okay. I even hated that it came out of my mouth. Moving on to the battle of we're a big bucket of ass, but we drafted our quarterbacks high. Hopefully they do something. The Arizona Cardinals travel to Chicago to take on the Bears. The Cardinals are given 4.5 points. Who you got?
Give me Arizona.
Yeah, give me the Cards.
I really wanted to gain one on the leader. Unfortunately, I too am taking the Kyler Murrays. Give me the Cardinals. All right, moving on. Sunday night football. We've got the New England Patriots, a Justin favorite, traveling to Denver to take on the Broncos, where
What?
the New England.
Why is this on Sunday night? Yeah, what is this, dude?
It's a gross matchup. But regardless, the Patriots are given 6.5 points. Who do you got?
Broncos.
Denver.
Oh, ladies, gentlemen, I get one back here. Give me New England. I will take the Ezekiel Elliott's to go ahead and lose by 5 points to give me a victory in this one. Thank you, folks. Moving on to Monday Night Football. We've got two matchups on Monday night. Apologies. This is Christmas Day. Christmas Day, we have three matchups. And we're going to go ahead and start off that one with a divisional game. We've got the Raiders traveling to Kansas City. The Raiders are given 10 full points. Who you got?
You said plus 10?
The Raiders to cover.
Yeah, plus 10 to the Raiders. Ian?
The mayor makes a good point. Give me the Raiders.
You don't know how bad I want to say Chiefs. But prior to us hopping on the podcast, I told myself I'd take Raiders. And at that point, it was 10.5. It's only 10. I'm going to go ahead and gain one here, folks. I'm taking the Kansas City Chiefs. Give me the barbecue over the betting. Give me the red over here. The Chiefs. I'm taking red in the roulette wheel. Easy dub. Chiefs. Cover.
That was a nice little marquee. I'm not going to lie. The barbecue over the betting. But
appreciate you, brother. Moving on to the next Christmas matchup. We have the New York Giants traveling to Philadelphia to take on the Eagles in a divisional matchup where the Giants are given 12 points.
Whoa.
Who you got?
Give me Philadelphia and go watch NBA because
fuck. Yeah, Giants just got slaughtered by the Saints, so give me the Eagles.
All right, clean sweep for the Green Birds. Gross. And lastly, we'll go to another birded team traveling on the road. It is migration season after all. The Ravens are taking on the 49ers in San Fran. The Ravens are given plus 4.5 points. Who you got?
give me San Francisco.
I can't believe they get this game at home. Give me the Ravens.
Oh, thank you, Ian. Justin, we are right back in it. Give me the Niners. Ian, you were squandering that lead. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here first. They are giving me the win. They don't want it.
And let's get out of here.